That's a way to start. That's a way. That's a way to start the stream. Anyway. Yeah, that's a way to start a stream. Anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome back to UnOrdinary episode 286 live reaction brought to you by Uru-chan. Welcome, Javi the God. Welcome. I hope you're doing well tonight. And holy cow, I just realized I didn't even read last week's episode. I haven't even reread last week's episode because I was so busy. And as you guys know, I was also sick. Welcome, Solo. I hope finals go well, man. Welcome, Miriam. Yeah, I feel much better than I did yesterday and over the weekend as well. As you can still tell by the sound of my voice, most likely. There's still a little bit something in terms of my throat, but overall I am fine. Today's episode will probably just have to be on the lighter side in terms of reacting and reading how I read everything. But yeah, overall, like I said, I do feel fine. Thank you for asking. So yeah, quick recap of last week. Welcome, John. Good to see you. Good to see you. But yeah, like I said, I haven't even started working on the review and discussion for last week's episode just due to everything going on. But yeah, so last week we got Darren, we got Doc. Welcome, Vinny. We got a quick little glimpse at Doc's past when he was remembering asking Layla if John and Sarah would be dependent on the recovery machine for long, and she said only until we could figure out how to permanently get it back. And Doc remembered someone from his past. I said his mom, most likely. But you know, some people have different opinions, and, you know, it could definitely be anything, especially since we have so little to go off of. But Doc then reported back to ZSI, and he went to meet up with Layla and basically told her, like, hey, I want to help out, like, not because I care about the kids, because I don't like the idea of someone's life being dependent on a machine, someone's wellness being linked to a machine. So yeah, so after that, Layla was like, hey, like, you know, I'm glad, like, thank you for, like, you know, I'm glad you're back. And he was like, nah, this ain't for you, okay? And it's not because I care about the kids. And he's like, as soon as I find a cure, I'm gone. We're done. And he was just, and Layla's just like, hey, like I said before, Layla doesn't need to apologize for, like, using Doc, because, again, she didn't. Doc asked, based on what we saw, he was the first one to bring up, I hate my job. Do you guys have any spots available? Like, that's it. That's it, man. Anyway, so there was that. And then John was walking outside of the school, saw Zeke picking on a student. Welcome, Sporky, welcome. And Zeke confirmed that he is an enforcer for the authorities now, saying that I outrank everyone in Wellston, and, you know, getting his ass beat and shit. And then John just stepped up, like, Zeke, go, like, get lost. And then, you know, Zeke tried getting in his mind, like, hey, like, safe house was made to go against you. Remember, like, why are you siding with them? And John was just like, get fucked. Like, you can't trick me anymore. Like, get the fuck out of my sight. And Zeke started to walk away, but then he was like, man, like, then he, like, you know, Zeke started getting into his head, and then he decided, like, fuck it, I don't care, like, I'm gonna attack John. It's gonna be, like, I make the rules now. And then he, of course, got a hit on John, and John, you know, John slid back and everything, and Zeke was just like, oh shit, wait, something's going on. And everyone's like, wait, how did John get hit? And then, yeah. So then Zeke kept, like, you know, wailing on John, getting really arrogant. Then John activated his ability again for a brief moment, hit Zeke back, boom, knocked him back and everything, and basically played it off like, I gave you a chance to prove yourself, and you're still a piece of shit. Get the fuck out of my sight. And then, of course, Zeke was like, and then John was like, fuck. And then John just kind of like, did his own, like, did his normal, like, the fuck y'all looking at? So, anyway. Then Sarah was like, your ability worked? Are you sure? Can you show me? Why am I just rereading it? Anyway, so John told Sarah about that and everything. Like, he's like, I can't get it back. It's like when I first, like when I first got my ability. And then Sarah brought up that he might have some sort of resistance to the drug. I just realized that Uru still hasn't corrected that typo. Then John complimented on the new nurses' tonics not being as good as Doc's and everything. But then Layla called Sarah and let her know that, hey, Doc is back on board. And John just left us off like, cool, sweet. Hopefully I can get a new tonic. Then, that's right, Ison and Blake. Ison was spying up on John and Sarah's conversation for Blake. And then, they were talking things back. And Blake started to speculate if they were probably trying to get their abilities back. That's where last week ended. So let's go ahead and get right to this for the new episode 286. Here we go, guys. So, okay. All right, we're back at Zetasai. We're done with Ison and Blake for now. Probably not going back to them. So, Sarah. Okay, now that Doc's back, now that Doc's in too, here's the rundown. John and I have our abilities disabled, and the only way to get them back... Oh, we're finally going over the plan. Sweet. Also, welcome, Wayne. I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you yet. Welcome. John and I have our abilities disabled, and the only way to get them back is through that recovery machine. So, the team so far is Doc, Layla, Caden, and John, and Sarah. But because I went off script in Rowden, Layla has lost her access privileges, and I've been blacklisted from Spectre. And they're just kind of like, Since then, John and I have become targets of assassination, so regaining our abilities is the only way to ensure our safety. Fortunately, Layla was able to get me an audience with the 3 execs of Spectre. That'll be our ticket to accessing our abilities again. And after that, we'll take back what's ours. Welcome, animation, welcome. UnOrdinary episode 286. Let's go, Sarah. Bad bitch time. Okay, so I guess we're just getting little montage panels here. So it looks like Layla's going over some blueprints and maps of some of the rooms. They're like, do. And John and Sarah are planning things out too. And John just kind of like, And then Caden's walking. Caden's got his ability active, and John just kind of like, okay. And now Layla's describing something to the dog, just like, big. It's big. Yeah, I think this will work. Doc. Okay. Oh my god. So, John walks up to Doc. We all know what he's going to ask him. Welcome, Red Master. Welcome. Hey, Doc, can I talk to you for a sec? What is it? Well, I've been disabled for over a week, but he's probably still going to ask for a tonic, but he's telling Doc about what happened. But earlier, I managed to activate my ability. It was only for a brief moment, and it was really weak. Still strong enough to send Zeke flying, though. And Doc's just kind of like, ... exclamation point? But Sarah's had her ability taken for way longer, and it's never happened with her before. Do you know what could be going on? And Doc's kind of like, I have a couple of guesses, but let me take a blood sample. And John just nods. I'll get back to you if I find anything. Okay, so I'm assuming that Doc's already healed up John. Like, he's like, fine, here's another fucking tonic. So, Wellston Boys Dormitory. Okay, we're Come. Who the fuck? Wilston Boys Dormitory. John in the. What the fuck? Okay, how's this? So he's in his uniform, but just the vest, no jacket. How's this? And Sarah's just like, folded arms, just like, ... That's just your uniform. No, I'm not letting you wear that. But it's the most formal thing I've got. I just got it dry clean too. And Sarah's just ... And she walks over. Sarah? And she opens the door to Blake's room, and Ice just... And Blake's at his desk again, and he's just like, oh, what the fuck? And so Sarah opens up, like, knock. Hey, Blake, do you have a suit John can borrow? And then Ice is just reading. Artist, who the fuck? Why did you give Ison so much cake? What the hell? Whoever drew Ison had a little too much fun, I think. So, Ison's reading a book, Intro to Trig, but it's upside down. And Sarah notices that. Upside down? Yeah. What does he need it for? An interview. And Ison's just, yeah, right. So, John dang, my boy looking clean. Nice little suit. How's the fit? John's pretty good. You two are around the same build, so it works. And just, Sarah's back at the door. John, are you ready yet? We're gonna be late. Coming. And so he opens the door and just, it's about to... And Sarah's in her own suit now. She's looking clean. It's like a nice... So John's got like a nice... Basically kind of looks like the... Is this the same color that Arlo wore to his interview? Let me check that real quick. Let me check that real quick. Also, I just realized John does not... Actually, no, it is definitely not the same suit that Arlo wore. But it's like a... Arlo's suit is like more black. This one's kind of like a navy that John's wearing. Point is, Sarah's got a nice brown suit and a little nice turtleneck too. So, Blake and Ison are just blushing at her. It's like, why is she dressed up too? And John just, wow, you look great. Thanks. Hang on. And she's fixing his tie. I love it. Your tie's loose. There we go. Perfect. Who, again, yes, Solo, exactly. Like, whoever drew Ison for that panel had way too much fun and gave him way too much cake. Like, and then she looks to Blake, thanks for the suit. We owe you one. It's fine. Just take good care of it. It was expensive. Good luck with the interview. And they're just waving off, and the two of them just kind of look at each other like, They're following. So, who the hell's that guy? You ever seen him before? Nope. And they see him with Caden. Looking good, you two. Thanks for picking us up, Caden. Today's the big day. Today's the big day. Like, I can't hear shit, so I'm gonna leave this to you. And I just ... Alright, then, let's get out of here. They're leaving? Get ready to follow. Just, okay. And they teleport. And Ison just, and Blake's just like, shit. And Blake's just like, shit. And Ison just, he's a teleporter. Very effective against stalkers. Ison, did you manage to catch his name or anything? Yeah, Caden. One of their Spectre connections, I'm guessing. Isn't Spectre trying to kill Sorry, I just thought something looked kind of strange. Isn't Spectre trying to kill them? Why are they still working together? You think we should tell Kuyo about this? episode's probably gonna end soon, if I'm being honest. Okay, they were walking in. They're just walk. Whoa, this place is huge. All this just for the two of us? I feel special. You really shouldn't, John. Not in this scenario. This place is completely secure. No signals can get through. And since we've been teleported here, there's no way to know its exact location. I've tried. So this is how the execs keep their identities secret. They'll be calling in any second now. As long as we keep a leveled head and remember what we're here for. And John just, and he's sweating a little bit. We'll get through this. There's only one screen in this room. As far as I remember, there's always been 3 screens, one for each exec. I'm pretty sure that Orin is gonna show up himself and just be like, "You're fucking dead!" So, yeah. Screen pops up. Oh, it's one screen, but separate panels. Okay, never mind. Good afternoon, Seraphina. So we got Orin to the left, Miranda to the right. Hold up. We have names. We have names, everyone. We know who these bitches are. Hold up. And Neil. So, yeah. Okay. It's been some time since we've last spoken. I see you've brought a friend with you. And John just kind of like, And he looks, we weren't expecting him. I feel like you should have. I feel like you should have been expecting him. UnOrdinary episode 286. End. Today's the day, guys. Today is the day. Oh, man. Okay. Honestly, fairly solid chapter. It's a setup chapter for, like Caden said, the day. Today's the day. So honestly, I'm content with it. That was pretty good. Question of the day. Do you think next week John and Sarah are just completely in an ambush? Do you think Oren's been anticipating all this? Seriously, why does Ison have so much? I'm tweeting at Uru right now. I'm tweeting at Uru. I'm tweeting this at Uru right now. All right, the question has been sent to Uru. I will let y'all know how that goes. That's true. That's true, Tube. That is true. But yeah, honestly, like I said, fairly solid episode still. Really good stuff. And I'm excited. And also, even still, Uru hasn't told us what the plan is, and I'm kind of disappointed that we don't, not to the detriment of the story or anything. I'm kind of disappointed that we don't know what the plan is, because let's be honest, the plan is most likely going to go south. I'm pretty sure that John and Sarah are still going to make out with the ability recovery machine. Then again, Uru did also drop that reveal, or drop that little nugget that Doc is going to use, that, John told Doc that he was able to activate his ability, and Doc took some of John's blood sample and is going to look into it. So maybe they get their abilities reactivated with the recovery machine. They can't take it back. They can't take it with them, but they have their abilities for about a week, and then Doc, gets that information for John and tells John, hey, you can get your ability back. Blah, blah, blah. And John gets his ability back, and then maybe he can, figure something out for Sarah. But I don't know. Actually, question of the... Okay. But yeah, going back to us not knowing what the plan is at all. I feel like Uru would have told us... I feel like Uru not telling us what the plan is should indicate and should be because the plan is going to go off seemingly without a hitch, and they will get the recovery machine. And if that does happen, I'm totally fine with that too. But if it doesn't happen and we never knew what the plan was, I feel like that's kind of a waste, honestly. I feel like it still would have been really nice to know what the plan was, because, we knew what Sarah was thinking and her whole mentality, instead of just the little montage panels that we got. It was fine, it was cool, but I really do wish we would have, known what the plan was from the start. But Doc doesn't have access to the knowledge about Jane, though. Solo, he doesn't. He doesn't work for that part of. He's not part of Spectre, so he wouldn't have access to that information, and he doesn't work for Next Gen, so he definitely wouldn't have access to that information. John Ex Machina, you gotta love it. If they do get ambushed, and Agent 23 and the girl have the 3 high tiers abilities that were there, I think it's very likely that Sarah will notice that they have Arachnid, and she'll be able to connect that to Rain's ability. But yeah. So yeah, wait, did I already say question of the day? I wanted to change question of the day. So did I already change the question of the day? As you can tell, I'm still kind of out of it. I don't think we're gonna see Rain for a bit. I think not necessarily Tube Noob. I'm sure that they can still get abilities. I'm sure that they can still get abilities without killing another person. But yeah, just my thoughts. Just my thoughts, honestly. But yeah. Yeah, not much else to talk about with this episode, honestly. Again, still really good. I still really liked it. You're right, Solo. Thank you for mentioning that. I totally forgot. Kuyo and Kaden are friends, so That's Caden's. Kuyo's obviously going to have questions if Blyke and Ison bring up Caden to him. Sorry about that, guys. That's true. It's true, Tube. Yeah, so that's going to be it for this episode then, guys. Real quick, before we end off, like I said, I think that Caden met Kuyo in college. So, well, actually, yeah, maybe they could have been. They probably could have been friends because Ray's death was still fairly recent. So, yeah, I think it's definitely possible that Caden knew Ray. I feel like they probably would have mentioned that by now. Well, I guess not. I guess not. I mean, Holden clearly knew Ray to some extent, but, you know, Holden never talks about him. Never talks about Holden. But yeah, guys, if there's anything you'd like to bring up or mention in the review and discussion for episode 2 that you'd like me to bring up for the review and discussion for 285, and 286, I'll open it up and we'll keep the stream live for about until 7:35 my time, so for another like 12 minutes. Anything you guys would like me to bring up or that you noticed in episode 285 or this episode, let me know. That way I'll make sure to, like, you know, bring it up when I do finally get to record that. Yeah, it was about a few months ago is when Ray died. Again, a timeline would really be nice, Uru, but also we have a timeline of events, just not an exact one with official dates. When did she say that, When did she say that, noob? When did Uru say that? Uru has never said that. She has never revealed anything about Holden's ability. You're capping, bro. You're capping. I mean, Holden is officially number 10. That's what we know. But yeah, he's level 4, rank 10. That's all we know about Holden. Oh no. Are we still alive, guys? Hello. Okay, I think we're still good. I think we're still good. Let's see. Probably. I feel like next week definitely will go south. Okay, so according to the official Q&A answered Google Doc, there have only been 3 times in this doc, as of the most recent Q&A, June of last year, where Holden was brought up at all. The first one was brought to you by yours truly. Thank you very much. And all I asked was, and all I asked about Holden's ability, I did not ask if she would tell us what Holden's ability was, but I asked her if she had already knew what Holden's ability would be. And all she said was, yes. And then someone asked what Holden's height was, and then she said about the same height as Arlo, maybe a bit taller. Wait, maybe a bit taller? What? 6'3". How tall is Arlo? Hold on. Okay, no, they're the same height. Okay. But maybe a bit. That's, guys, I just figured it out. That's why Arlo respects Holden, because he's just the bit taller. He's just the little bit taller than Arlo, and Arlo's like, all right, you're taller than me. You've earned my respect. We can be friends. That's why they're such good friends. Honestly, no, she said 6'3", so maybe like 6'3" and like a quarter or a half or something. But yeah, no, she did say that he's officially 6'3". But man, also it never even occurred to me that like John might be needing nice clothes because they were just moving in right then and there. That thought had never even crossed my mind. But yeah, that's crazy. Guys, it's going down. I mean, Holden may be tall, but he's still kind of a bitch. And let's be real, he's someone who will definitely get his ass kicked. One thing that I think would be so fitting and so cool for Holden, because okay, like I said, in all seriousness, I think that the reason Arlo and Holden are friends is because there is something about Holden that makes him strong. I think that Holden probably has a very good ability. And I think we know that Uru has a history of loving either pun names for characters that tell us that's a hint about what their ability is, or just puns in general along with their abilities, like Heinz, who had the catch-up ability. And I think there's something there about Holden's name. Now, it's Holden. Now, he probably has, kind of like a target in his range can, be paralyzed or they can't move. He can restrain people. I also think it'd be really fucking cool for like him to have a meta ability, and if he uses it on you, you can't use your ability past a level 4. Match him. He's got a hold of your ability, or he restrains your ability to where you can't access its full potential. So he's got a hold on you. But yeah. John does need some new drip. And honestly, like, John has had some really good outfits lately. Like, the outfit he wore around in park, I really like that outfit. It looks really good on him. I really like it. He looking, my boy looking fresh, But yeah, no, like, John definitely needs to get a suit of his own. He can't just mooch off Blank forever. Well, I say that like him mooching off Blank is a common occurrence, but it's really not. It's really not. But yeah. Oh, absolutely. I definitely think that'll also happen next week solo, just because his reaction when Sarah was talking to him, like, he had that moment of deep breath and everything. He looks fine now. I think that Oren will definitely antagonize John, and, that'll cause, an issue. But yeah. You're right, too. Blake's probably not getting that suit back. Oh no. John, you can't. It's his suit, man. Damn. The biggest of Sag. Hold up, I want to check something. Yeah, I for a second I thought Uru might have like, bolted out some of the things that Blake said when he asked like, take care of it, please. But yeah, no, all he said was just, take care of it. It's expensive. It was expensive. Bro, damn. Guys, pour one out for Blake's suit, cause he ain't getting that shit back. No way, man. Alright, but yeah, that is going to be it for today's reaction, guys. I am going to go do something. I don't know. Probably get dinner and then head to bed again. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought down below. Like I said, I will try and get the review and discussion for episode 285 and 286 done relatively soon. If you guys still have something that you want to bring up for either one, go ahead and leave that down in the comments. But yeah, this was a good episode, and Uru, I am excited and terrified to see what you are going to do next. So, with all that being said, guys, as always, see you, Space Cowboy.